calling it a love song.
What is up, my awesome gemstones? It's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be on what makes you attractive, what makes you so enduring, like, you know, all the good stuff. So we have 4 piles here today. Pile 1 says express your inner truth, and we got some like Facebook likes and everything. Pile 2 says 888, so this is numerology and angel numbers. And then at the back you can pause to read. It just says like what 888 stands for. Pile 3 says you are not walking alone. Very inspirational. And pile 4 says listen carefully and let the waves crash. So again, very poetic. Okay, these are the 4 piles. Please watch the entire video if you can. I love you loads, and let's get into it. Okay, what is up, my awesome gemstones? It's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be on what is it that makes you so attractive. I love making these videos. You guys love these videos. So yeah, sitting love and light, you know, all the good vibes. I hope whenever you're busy watching this, you're having an awesome day, morning, evening, all that vibes. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So yeah, pile number 1, you guys chose express your inner truth, okay? And then at the back, it says your creative work shines brightest when it reflects your genuine feelings and thoughts, okay? So I'm gonna start with these. I feel like what makes you very attractive is honestly your inner truth. I feel like people really appreciate when you're being your authentic self. You could definitely be a Libra, or you could be an Aquarius or a Pisces, and I feel like those signs are so awesome because they just have the best aesthetic, they just have the best everything. But the thing is, sometimes they get caught up in looks, and I feel like they can sometimes lose themselves in what they want to be and they forget who they really are. And I feel like people really appreciate that, like, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're trying to aspire to, you always express your inner truth. And I feel like people really appreciate that. There's this energy where it's like, even if you aren't completely like knowledgeable in a certain topic, because I'm like either or, like I understand certain people saying that they don't want to speak on something because they haven't you know, learned enough about it. And I feel like you're more the person where it's like you will say how you feel and you'll learn in the conversation, where it's like, let's say someone says oh, let's have a handstand competition, and you're like, I don't know how to do a handstand, and then you'd be like, but you can teach me how. And I feel like people like that active forward thinking where it's like, if a problem arises, you try to, you know, work through it, talk through it right then and right now. If you're married, I feel like your marriage is really amazing and people really look to your marriage as a sort of inspiration. Like that quote where it says don't go to bed angry with your partner. I don't know how I feel about that quote, but I feel like it resonates with your energy, where it's like, yeah, if anything arises, you're just like, you work through it right then and there. And I feel like people really appreciate like just how awesome you are. Like let's say you ask someone out on a date, or someone asks you out on a date and you're like, no. Like they're saying, are you free on Wednesday? You're gonna be like, no, but I'm free on Friday. How about that? Like there's like this compromising and sweet energy where it's like, I don't know, I feel like even when, I don't want to say you're short-sighted, or even when, yeah, you aren't where you're aspiring to be, it's like you don't forget yourself, and it's really gorgeous and beautiful, okay? So yeah, I just feel like people really love your creative side. Spirit, what makes pile 1 attractive? What makes them sexy, gorgeous, all that things? Spirit, what makes pile 1 attractive? So we have the Leo card. It says, to admire me, love comes from me, joy, happiness, peace, I give you life. Honestly, I'm not surprised that you're a Leo. I feel like you're someone that just knows that you look good, and I feel like people like that you're sure in yourself, you're sure in what you want to do. It's this energy where it's like, even if you aren't ready for something, you still go for it. And it's like someone saying, are you ready? And you're like, no, but I'm still gonna do it. And I feel like people just appreciate that like you learn on the job. People like that you have this hands-on energy, because you know there's different learning styles. Some people prefer learning with a textbook, but I feel like you're more like, put me in the environment and that's how I will learn. Like, let me adapt to you, let me learn how you are as a person, and let me do this. And I just see you like offering and like giving innovative ideas and like giving like a fresh perspective, and I see people coming to you and you're just giving awesome advice, and people like really admiring what you do, what you bring to the table. And I feel like you even know what you do bring to the table. You could definitely be a Virgo or a Capricorn, you know, an Earth sign or a Taurus. And it's like, Capricorns know what they bring to the table, and they would never expect their partner, well, I feel like you wouldn't expect your partner to bring something to the table that you couldn't bring yourself. And I feel like that's why everyone feels so equal and they feel so level in your friendship and in your connections, because you put the same expectations on yourself and other people. And obviously there can be downsides, there can be good sides, but I feel like you make sure that like what you're able to bring, everyone else could be able to bring, you know? Or like you'd never expect someone to be doing this and this and this if you couldn't do the same thing yourself. Like, I feel like you're on a hypocrite, and it's like, let's say you're a PT teacher and you tell them 200 squats in 2 minutes or in 1 minute. Like, if you can't do the exercise yourself, you're not going to give it to them. Or you'd say, okay, let's see if we can do it, and then I see you doing the squats, where it's like, it's hands on. You would never have this unfair treatment towards anyone, and it's really nice. I feel like you'd be an amazing teacher or like lecturer or something, where it's like, if you give, let's say you're a teacher, like I said, and you give your students 4 different essay assignments and then all this other stuff, I see you even like sitting with them and doing the work with them. Or I feel like you'd be an awesome parent, and like, I don't know, like I'm just seeing you sitting with your child and they're like struggling with math, and you're like helping them, and you're like, damn, like this is hard, like I don't even know either. Or you're just like really funny, where it's like, I feel like you can just relate to everyone. So yeah, Spirit, what makes Pal 1 attractive? What makes Pal 1 attractive, Spirit? Ooh. Oh my gosh, so many cards fell out. Okay, let me take this Libra card and this ENFP card. Okay, and this card also. So the first card that we got is the Libra card. So it says, the love for 2 people can never be the same. I love you differently, completely, and utterly. So sweet. So yeah, I feel like you could definitely be polyamorous, and if not, I just feel you could be pansexual or bisexual. Love that. But yeah, I feel like people really appreciate that I don't want to say you have different hierarchies, but I feel like people know that you have primary partners and you have people that you care more about other people, in the sense that you could have a best friend or you could have a partner, and I feel like you let them know that like one is more important than the other. And I know it's not a good thing, blah blah blah. It's not even like one is more important. I just feel like you love everyone in their separate roles, where it's like you love your partner to the capacity that you can as your partner, and you love your friends in the full capacity that you can as your friends, you know? And I feel like people appreciate that you're able to love so many different people to the best abilities that you can. Like, I hope that makes sense, okay? And then we also have the ENFP card. So it says, no matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. And Robin Williams said that quote, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, literally it's talking about you having these ideas and like you can change the world. And I feel like what makes you attractive is that you believe that you can change the world. Your inner child is literally so amazing. They're healthy, they're jumping around, they're on the swings, they're happy, you're taking amazing care of them. And I feel like your inner child even wants me to tell you that you are doing a great job, because I feel like when people start healing their inner child, they want to do everything for their inner child. They want to like, you know, just like do the most, and like just remember that like the small steps you're doing every day is more than enough. And like they're not drowning anymore, they're not suffocating, so take it slow, you know? But yeah, I feel like what I was gonna say is, when you are younger, you think you can change the world, you think you can be the president, a fireman, whatever, and then when you get older you change your mind. I feel like as you get older, you still believe that you make a difference. You still believe that you're important. You believe other people are important, and you still want to inspire everyone and change the world. And I feel like people love that about you. Then we also have the ESFP. So these could also be your personality types as well. So it says your regrets aren't what you did, but what you didn't do. And also you could relate to Saul Goodman, Sean Spencer, Gregory House, Jasmine from Aladdin, Ron Weasley, or Buzz Lightyear. But yeah. So I feel like what makes you attractive is that, you know, you go after what you want. And even if you might have a lot of regrets, or it's like because you throw yourself into things where you don't know what the actual outcome could be, you don't know if you're going to be good at it or bad at it, it's like at the end of the day you don't regret it. And I feel like you have started a lot of projects and they haven't, like, you know, maybe they failed or whatever, or like it didn't go according to plan. I feel like you didn't regret it and you didn't give up. Or it's like even if you did leave a project and like you loved it, I feel like you took that experience and then you put it into something else. You made it productive. And yeah, like a side note, I feel like you could definitely be a Virgo Venus, Virgo Moon, Virgo Mercury. But I'm seeing you going through a breakup and writing a spreadsheet on like how to cope with the breakup. You could also be an Aquarius. Like I know my one Aquarius friend, like they went through a breakup and they were like, okay, they literally wrote a spreadsheet. And like they were like, okay, on Monday I'm gonna think about my feelings, on Tuesday I'm gonna feel my feelings. And like they just like had a whole spreadsheet. So I don't know, but I think people find that really charming. So yeah, that is what I got for pile 1. I really hope the video resonated, and let's get into the next one. Okay. Pile number 2, you guys chose the 888. So it says, a life phase is ending, prepare for completion, hard to achieve your passion and goals, follow your heart and just go for it. It says twin flame and infinite connection, okay? So let's look at the number 8 firstly. So your name could definitely start with an H, a Q, or a Z. And 8 talks about spirituality and also being a Scorpio. It talks about wisdom, the unconscious mind. You could be born the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th. People find you attractive because you're reserved and very quiet. You aren't pushy and you have a sense of responsibility, okay? I feel like people like that you get really shy when you talk about your feelings and your emotions. Or like people like when they see you getting out of your shell. I feel like you're someone that's very self-assured. You know who you are as a person. And like, okay, let's say this. Like, you know, Nikki DeMar and Gabby DiMartino, I'll insert a photo of them. But they are twins, right? And they have 2 completely different aesthetics. And, you know, Nikki doesn't like girly girl things. Of course, gender construct and everything. But she's not really into pink and like all the stuff that Gabby is. And then Gabby isn't into, you know, retro and like punk vibes, basically. And okay, I know it sounds like it's a long story, but anyways, they decided to swap aesthetics, and like even though Nikki wasn't comfortable and Gabby wasn't comfortable, they still tried doing it. And I feel like people appreciate your efforts where it's like, let's say you're someone that does not like PDA, you're someone that does not like physical touch, you aren't someone that is overly expressive of your emotions, but you know you need to, so you make yourself uncomfortable and you're like trying your best. I feel like people just love seeing that side of you. Like, it's the cutest thing ever. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, yeah, let's say my one friend, like they are not spiritual, they don't like believe in tarot cards or anything, but they know that I love spirituality, they know I love tarot cards, and like they will try and ask me questions. They'll be like, so is the Chariot card in retrograde? Or like they'll ask questions and like obviously they're saying the wrong things, but like I appreciate the effort, and I feel like people really can see that you try really hard to care about people, to love other people, to understand other people. And I feel like they just really appreciate that you would go that extra mile, and that yeah, even if you don't understand something, you will still support them, and you don't, you know, criticize and distance yourself from like you know, differences, where it's like if you and your friend are different, you don't distance yourself from that. You instead, you will try and like be consumed by it and like be able to bridge the gap between it so that the differences aren't so big, you know? And big differences aren't that bad either. But yeah, let's get into it. So Spirit, what makes pile 2 attractive? Spirit, what makes pile... Ooh, so many cards came out. So first we have the Pisces card. It says, own me, you do not, love you till the end. Tell me when our love is toxic. Pisces, you guys are always just... I don't even know how to say this, but water signs in general, you guys are something else, okay? I'm a water sign, but like, I'm speaking in third person. Water signs are something else. Yeah, you know, your life is a movie. I feel like people view you as being the main character in your life. And you're someone that's very hilarious. I feel like you're super funny. And yeah, you know that people don't own you. Because the number 8 is also like infinity, and it talks about ruling your karma. So I feel like you've been dealing with like you've been working on your karma and like your karmic energy, and like you've been how can I say, you've dealt with all your karmic partners, and I feel like you're attracting people that are just supposed to be in your life right now. And you're on a frequency where like people are able to see you for who you are, because obviously depending on what frequency you are depends on how people will perceive you and how you are like interacting with other people, you know. If you're on a lower frequency and you're low vibrational, obviously people are going to be viewing you in a low vibrational way. But if you're a higher frequency, high vibration, they view you in a higher vibration, higher frequency. And I just feel like your frequency right now is it's honest, and I feel like it's eternal, and I feel like it's like a power source. And you know when you're getting into your toxic habits, you know when you're falling back into those patterns, and you're able to always pull yourself out of it. And I feel like people love that about you. They love that you can tell when things are getting bad. They love that you're able to tell what your triggers are. It's like maybe you just recently stopped substance abuse, like you dealt with alcoholism, and you recently stopped, and it's like you work in a bar, and it's like you have this self-control where it's like people are like, how the fuck do you do that, man? Or like your best friend or someone that loves to drink, and it's like, yeah, I just feel like, you know, you bridge the differences between people that you love. And you know, you don't do it for everyone, but I feel like the people that you want to do it with, you do that. Like you will go the extra mile for people that you know are like important to you. So yeah, wait, it's like, tell me when our love is toxic. You're able to tell when a relationship is toxic, and you're able to, like, you know, deal with it. Like you're able to deal with the karma that comes with loving someone, you know. So super sweet. Then we have the Taurus card. It says, you prefer the spotlight, so do I. You say you love me, so do I. Then what makes us so different? This has, oh my gosh, I literally was just talking about differences and everything. So yeah, celebrating the differences. People love that you celebrate differences, different cultures. You could definitely be a very cultural person. You love learning languages, exploring, learning things, all that vibes. But yeah, you know, people love that you love the spotlight, and that you love yourself, and that you aren't afraid to say that you love yourself. I feel like you aren't afraid to come off as obnoxious or as this or that, because you know your frequency, you know yourself, and it's like you don't try to prove yourself to anyone. Then we have the ISTP card. It says, I can't put it in words, please just read my mind. So yeah, I feel like there are times where you struggle communicating your feelings, like I said. And there are times when you try and make yourself uncomfortable. You try and, like, you know how people love to be loved. Like, you know your love language. Let's say it's acts of services, but you know that your best friend or your partner, it's physical touch. You know that it's this or that. So you try and love them that way so that they can understand it. You try to love them on their frequency. And I feel like there are other times where it's really hard for you to like love someone how they want to be loved. And I feel like it's hard sometimes to be making yourself feel so uncomfortable so that someone else is comfortable. And I feel like people appreciate that, your efforts. They appreciate that you go around every day thinking about other people. What do they want? What do they want? And it's like, you put yourself last. And obviously, I'm not saying, yeah, keep doing that by any means. No, no, no. put yourself first, love yourself first. You are the most important person. But I'm just hearing that you're such a great person. You're so loving, you're so kind, and people can tell that you try your best to love them how they feel loved. And I think it's important that you know that. So I feel like your family, your friends, your partners, they're coming up in this reading and they're saying, thanks for loving me how I love to be loved. So yeah, that's great. Okay, let's get into pile number 3, I love you. So pile 3, you guys chose the you aren't walking alone card. Okay, so immediately I'm busy hearing supportive. I'm hearing that you're there for them, and you're there for the drama, you're there for the vibes, you're there for the everything. Okay, I feel like people find you attractive because I don't know, but I'm hearing something about guilty pleasures and like owning your mistakes. I feel like you've done a lot of things, and like a lot of today's society would try and shun certain things. Like I remember my partner was talking about how swear words and people swearing, like I don't want to say longer, but like back in the olden days, swearing was like like it wasn't a good thing or whatever, or people saw you as like not being a good person if you swore. But nowadays everyone swears and like it's normal. And I just feel like you could definitely be like, I don't know, a witch or like super spiritual. And I read this thing where they were like, you're not really living life if you wouldn't be burnt to the stakes in the 1800s or something. And I feel like you're living life to the fullest, and it's like how you're able to live today and how you're able to express yourself today is so attractive because other people couldn't express themselves like that when they wanted to. So I'm hearing that like a lot of people love themselves vicariously through you, because let's say you have a friend and their parents are really strict but yours aren't. So like you live life and like you're able to explore and go out, and I feel like people are able to like love you for that. They love you for your freedom. They love that you're able to do things even if they can't. And it's like loving people as they are. So again, I'm just hearing that like there are certain things you can do that other people can't. Like maybe you have a privilege or something, but either way I just feel like you're able to express yourself and people love it. You can do that. I feel like people are genuinely happy when you're happy. And yeah, like people want to make you happy, and I feel like it's attractive when you're happy. Like literally when you're happy, it's fucking attractive. Like it's hot as fuck. Okay, I feel like people try to work together to be there for you as well, because you deserve all the support. Because you support other people so much as well. But either way, you aren't afraid to say what you believe in. I feel like even if it sounds dumb, even if it sounds crazy, where it's like you could say that you could say like, oh, I believe in mermaids and unicorns, and it's like you're brave to say that though, because other people wouldn't say that, or like you would say, like you stand up for people. Like let's say you see racism happening, you'll say that's racist, like fuck that shit. And like other people would like keep quiet, you're like no, fuck that. Moxie, you'd be like the fuck no. Or like if you see injustice happening, you're gonna say like no, that's not right. And I just feel like people love that you're able to say things that other people couldn't. You speak for people that couldn't speak it, so you use your privilege for the good, like Robin Hood. Okay, so yeah. Spirit, what makes pile 3 attractive? What makes pile 3 attractive? So we have the Cancer. It says, let me show you my home, but remember you are just a guest. You could move in though. So yeah, like I'm hearing that you could be someone where it's like you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have one bite, and then you end up eating the entire thing by yourself. I feel like people think it's so funny, or like you're really funny, but like when you say you're gonna let someone else do something, it's like you're really smart. I feel like people really can appreciate that. Like even when you do shitty things, it's kind of like, damn bro, but I feel like they can appreciate that. Like props though, props for like how you did it and how you did all this. Like Lucifer, if you watch it, where like he had this elaborate plan and scheme, and like obviously it was awful, and the guy at the end, like Dan, was like, you know what, that was actually good, you really got me. Or like scaring people and like pranking people, and it's like, yeah, the prank was awful, but like you actually scared me, like it actually worked. So I'm hearing people really find that attractive, where it's like how your mind works and how you do certain things. So yeah. And they love that you don't always have like the best self-control, and like they love that like there are times where you get like off the reins, or like where you just do crazy impulsive things. And I feel like they find that attractive, where it's like they know that they can't like, you know, control you or anything, because you're just your own person. So yeah, Spirit, what makes pile 3 attractive? Okay, so we have the ENFP card. It says, I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a bit since then. You know, your personality changes. I feel like you're a different person all the time. You change your look, you change your vibes, you change your name. You know, you change your pronouns, you change your gender. You're kind of like, you know, today I feel masc, tomorrow I feel femme. And it's like, people love that. They're like, yes, you know, they love that you express yourself how you feel in the moment, okay? Then we also have the Gemini card, and it says, and I still want you, even if I don't know it yet. Miss you even though we haven't met. So I think you're amazing with words, and people find your vocabulary very beautiful, and just how you describe certain things. Like I know my one friend, they're really cool. So they're a Capricorn, and I think they have a Scorpio Venus. So you could definitely have a Scorpio Venus. And like how they speak about relationships, it's like medieval times, you know, where they say like love is like, that's the only thing that can save us, basically. That's what they say. And I feel like you are like a hopeless romantic, and I feel like you believe the same thing, you know. I just feel like your beliefs are so out there and so radical or whatever. And I feel like some people would think, oh, you're crazy, but other people think, yeah, you know, like, yeah, that's like, it's like, yeah, maybe you are crazy, but you're fucking awesome, you know, or like you're not crazy and I agree with you. So yeah. Then we have strangers with the connection. So you're able to connect with people regardless if you meet them or not, okay? I just feel like your thoughts, even if they aren't like original, I feel like other people have felt it too and they've thought it too. And I think it's a great thing. And I feel like sometimes it's great to be original, whatever, but other times it's good to be connected. And I feel like you are connected, okay? To people, to things, to yourself, to the universe, all that vibes. So yeah, pile 3, honestly, I'm not getting that much more for you. I feel like that's all I'm getting. So yeah, but you're awesome. That's what I got for pile 3. I really hope it resonated, and let's get into the next one. Pile number 4, you guys chose listen carefully and let the waves crash. So honestly, give me a second, pile 4. You guys are special. So, okay, I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to get this deck, this oracle card deck. It says believe in your own magic. So I'm just gonna pull out a card because I'm hearing that like you need to hear this message. And also what makes you attractive, Spirit. What makes pile 4 so attractive, and also what card do they need to hear right now? So we have the Throne. Your potential is endless. I honestly feel like pile 4, oh my gosh, you are so amazing. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, I'm just like very overwhelmed right now. You got the last card in the deck. And also this is pile 4, the last pile in this reading. So it says, at the risk of sounding cliche, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are a mighty queen who's complex enough to be both gentle and valiant, just and magnificent, or any combination you should ever long for. The reason they tell you that you cannot have it all is because they are afraid you will become even more dangerous than you already are. Okay. I like, seriously, I just knew that I needed to use this. Okay, let me pull out one more card. Spirit, what makes pile 4 so attractive? We have the Clover. It says release your guilt. I feel like what makes you really attractive is that you're able to forgive yourself every day. It's interesting because I think it's really hard sometimes when you hurt the people you love. And I feel like, of course, it's like, yeah, you feel shitty for hurting someone, but like think about how the person feels that you did that shitty thing towards. And it's like this vibe where it's like people talk about unrequited love, but they don't talk about the person that doesn't love the person back. They always talk about the person that doesn't feel loved. And I feel like you're on the other side where it's like you did that shitty thing, or you're the one that doesn't love that person back. And I feel like you're able to forgive yourself, and you're able to like make amends and try the best that you can to be a better person. So like if you've made mistakes, you try and forgive yourself, and you always try to be better. And I'm not saying, oh, that means like, you know, like that doesn't fix everything. And I feel like you know that certain things you did will have lasting impacts, and you deal with the consequences. So it's like if you did something, you're not gonna like run away from it. You're not gonna like, you're gonna own it, or like you're gonna say, yeah, I did that thing and it was really fucked up, so I'm gonna deal with the consequences. If that means not talking to you again, if that means doing this, doing that, you do it. And I feel like people love that you're able to do that and that you're proud about it. Like I don't know if you watched Easy A, but like the A stand for like adultery, where it's like people were trying to say that this person, like they were trying to slut shame them. We do not slut shame, okay, ever. But they were trying to slut shame them, and then they like made an A for adultery, and they were like, you know, fuck it, you think I'm a slut or whatever, so I'm gonna let you guys think. Like it's like you own it. It's like people can have their own assumptions, they can think their own thing about you, where it's like, oh my gosh, how could you do this, how can you live for yourself? And it's like, bitch, I sleep great. Like like I saw this thing where they were like how I sleep at night knowing that like my bank account is empty and like nobody loves me and blah blah blah, and the person's sleeping soundly. They're like, bitch, I don't even flinch, like I sleep great, okay? So I just feel like you're able to live with yourself, and I feel like that it says a lot, because a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't, you know, be in love with themselves, and a lot of people can't be alone with themselves. They can't be in silence. They need constant stimulation and music and this and that. And I feel like as much as, you know, you need that, and there's nothing wrong with needing that, I feel like people really appreciate that you're able to love yourself completely, regardless of mistakes, regardless of praises. You know, it's like you love yourself, and you don't need anyone else's validation, basically. So yeah, I haven't even pulled any cards for you, I mean from this. So Spirit, what makes powerful attractive? We have the ESFJ. It says happiness is only real when it's shared. So yeah, I feel like you share your happiness, you share your knowledge. You know, if you go thrift shopping, or if you go shopping and someone sees a top they like, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you. You'll be like, oh, hey bestie, like I got it at this place, let me get your number. Like you're so friendly. I feel like people love how friendly you are. And yeah, you share your happiness, you share what you know. If you can help someone, you will try your best to help them. Like you won't withhold information. We have leave your lover. So yeah, I'm just hearing that like you had to leave someone, and I feel like you did hurt someone in the past. And I'm definitely not trying to fetishize or glamorize, you know, heartbreak in any way, because you shouldn't glamorize it. I'm just hearing that you know, no matter what you've done, I feel like, yeah, like I said, you're able to live with yourself. Like I'm thinking about Cisco now in Star Trek. He did a lot of shitty stuff, fam, okay? And then he was like, but you know what? I can live with it. And that scene was so powerful, because it's like, I don't know, it was just very powerful. And I feel like you made a tough decision to like, you know, hurt this person by leaving them or whatever. And like, not obviously physical, but like you had to leave this person, and I feel like it hurt this other person, and you know, they probably aren't over it. But I feel like it's for the best, and I feel like you're able to, you know what, take that blame, where it's like this person might hate you and say, you know what, you're awful, how could you do this? And you're like, okay, I'll take the blame. Like it's fine, I'll take the blame, I'll be the bad person, I'll let them say all those horrible things about me, because I know myself. And like I said about the whole putting the adultery thing, where it's like them saying that they did this and they slept with this person, and it's like you didn't. And it's like, let them speak. And even if you did, it's like, let them fucking speak. Like they can say what they want to say. You know yourself, you know you're a good person, you know you tried your best. So yeah, I feel like I've been shouting this entire video. Anyways, Spirit, what makes powerful attractive? So we have INTP. It says people interest me, conversations don't. So you people watch, people like that you're able to analyze them, you're able to understand them without them saying anything. We have ISTJ. It says time goes on, so whatever you're going to do, do it, don't wait. Wow. And we even have Spock from Star Trek, so Yeah, and Edward Cullen and Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Like, I read this poem that Charles Bukowski said. I forgot what it was. But like, it was an interview. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On his gravestone, he wrote "Don't try," and he literally said basically like, you know, he was a shitty person. He drank a lot. He was an alcoholic. He, he was just like all that stuff. But like, he didn't try, and he still made it. And his advice for everyone else wanting to be a writer and wanting to be like him, he was like, don't try. Like he was like, just don't try. And I feel like that's like your energy. That's your vibe. You're like, I don't know. But yeah, if you chose Powerful, let me know. I feel like you're really interesting. I'd love to talk to you. So yeah. Anyways, that's what I got. Love you loads, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.